everyone, welcome back, and the trailer for the Challenge USA has dropped. We had a minute and 45 seconds of footage from the Challenge USA, and I'm about to go deep diving and scouring and discovering whatever I can, going shot for shot in this trailer breakdown for the Challenge USA. I have over 119 shots in this minute and 45 second trailer. I should just stop it with the intro because we got to get into it because this video could be a long one. And we're starting off this trailer, which looks to be a throwback to the Challenge Season 34 War of the Worlds 2 with the daily challenge called Escape to Freedom. This is the iconic or classic daily challenge that we remember when CT decided to play rock, paper, scissors with Zach instead of actually competing. Hopefully this one fares a little bit better. I can't make out who the two people are. I know two people who do this daily challenge because of later shots that we'll get into, but I can't tell exactly who these two players are right here. Then we have players scaling down a building. There's a lot of building shots here as well. I can't make out anybody's name realistically, so I don't know who, but we can see that they are working together and that there are numbers plastered on the side of this building. This one looks to be like they're scaling down the building to solve a math problem, and probably whoever can solve it the quickest will win into power. Then we have this daily challenge where it looks like Danny is jumping from one inner tube like ornament to another, and we can see that there are letters on this. It seems like that the players are going to have to find a way to get onto one of these structures to then jump onto another one, grab a letter, and then have to run over and like put together some words. We'll see a different side of this daily challenge in a little bit throughout this trailer. And of course, we got a hall brawl. And this one looks like it's going to be a good matchup. I can't tell who this person is on the right-hand side. Now, if you look in the background, I think I can see Tyson. I think I can see Kayla's glasses. And I think that's Justine. So those three players are still in the game when this hall brawl happens. And then we have two players here in the middle. I mean, is that Enzo? Could that be Enzo? I don't know. His face is squished and blurred, I think. But if we go down another shot here, I can see somebody with a shorter, darker beard, and I think that's Leo. So Leo could be in the elimination in a hall brawl against, I don't know, possibly Enzo. Then we have two women who look to be doing a pole wrestle. I cannot tell who is whom in this elimination. It is super blurry. I can't tell if that's blonde hair. Maybe this is Shannon going up against somebody else. I can't tell who this woman is face down in the ground could be. The one on top where you can see the white lettering on her helmet, I think that could be Shannon, possibly. And then we get a shot right after that with Angela kind of like walking away, looking distraught. Maybe she got eliminated. Maybe she just eliminated a friend. Maybe a friend got eliminated in this game and she is upset. Here is everybody standing in front of TJ, kind of waiting to hear what the daily challenge is going to be. We can see some of the players kind of like just chilling out. I think that's Azza. I think that's Kira. Then we have Tyson, who is getting a little whisper in his ear from Alyssa. And then you also have David, who is kind of like looking on, trying to listen in on their conversation. And I'll get into it. It makes me think that maybe there are alliances going on. Maybe there's pairs going on here where Tyson and Alyssa may be a pair at this point, and maybe they had one into power, and maybe they have a sabotage, kind of like in Challenge All-Stars 3. Maybe they have a sabotage. Maybe they're whispering on which team to give a sabotage to. Maybe. And then we have who I believe is Xavier talking to Alyssa. I think there were some rumors that they had previously dated before coming onto the show. And after their Big Brother season together, they had dated, and then they kind of split up, and now they're coming into the challenge house, playing a challenge game, newly broken up possibly, and maybe there's still some of those feelings still floating around, or maybe they don't want to work together because of their past history with each other. Here is the hall brawl again. We can see a ton more people in the background now. So maybe there's multiple hall brawls on this season. It wouldn't surprise me, as we've seen the challenge have multiple hall brawls in past seasons as well. But if you take a look at something very interesting in the background, we can see that 2 people are standing on a platform while everybody else is kind of like off to the side. Some are dressed in their elimination gear, what looks to be, and some people are not. I wonder if this is going to be something similar, and I'll back up my claims to this the more we go through this trailer, but I wonder if this is going to be a similar format to Double Agents, where everybody is going to get into pairs initially, and then people are going to go into elimination. They're going to play solo-wise. Hopefully this is the case. They play solo-wise, and then what's going to happen is that whoever wins in the elimination will get to then swap partners with whoever they want to. And I'll get into this a little bit later and back up my claims here, but it looks like we have the power couple of somebody is wearing what looks to be a vest or a sweater vest. I think that could be Kyland. I don't know who the woman could be. Maybe it's, I don't know. I can't tell who the woman could be. Everybody's super blurred out. Really good job of blurring everybody out. And I think that's the power couple for this episode as we move into one of the first or one of maybe multiple hall brawls on the season. I really can't tell anybody who is in this car. What I think is going to happen is we're going to have a smash home derby here, where the players are going to have to do something in the cars. We have here an elimination, which looks to be medicine balls covered in chains. I've never seen this before in my life on the challenge, so I have no idea what this could mean or what this could do. And then here we have an elimination where it seems similar to Balls In. For my first instincts that I think of when I saw these 2 competitors in this ring, to me that looks like Enzo, and I almost think that the person grabbing onto him is David. I wonder if this is going to be Big Brother versus Big Brother, and it's going to be Enzo versus David. It looks like the player is trying to run away and try to grab on or to press a buzzer. It looks like there's a buzzer at the bottom of the sand there, and it looks like there's a whole bunch of balls in the yellow bucket. Maybe Enzo or whoever this is trying to hit the buzzer to signify that they are done, and this person, who may be David, is trying to stop him from hitting the buzzer, aka winning the elimination. Then we have TJ here in the middle of this giant arena, and let's go over a lot of the voiceover stuff that I hadn't gone over just yet. We have TJ saying extraordinary athleticism, high octane drama. Then we hear a woman. I don't know who it could be. Maybe it's Alyssa, because around the time that this woman is speaking, we see Alyssa and who I think is Xavier talking, and then she is like holding her eyes. And the woman says, if you want to play dirty, we can play dirty. Then TJ comes back and says, the challenge is more than a game. It's a chance to go down in reality competition history. Get ready for the Challenge USA. 28 CBS Reality Titans, as we can see, the biggest challenge ever. He says 28 CBS Reality Titans are ready to compete in one ultimate showdown. And then he goes into all the reality shows. We'll get into that when we see the title cards of all the shows. But we have Cache, who looks to be in an elimination, being this giant hamster wheel, pushing and really giving her all in this elimination. I don't know what that elimination could be. Then we have what I deemed is the Smash Derby. Maybe this could be like, what is that game? The Mario Kart balloon game, you know, on like Mario Kart, where it's either you can run into somebody. If you hit them with like a turtle shell, they lose one of their balloons. It looks like there's balloons on each side of the car, and if you run into somebody, maybe it pops one of their medicine balls or pops one of their balloons on their cars, and when you lose out all your medicine balls, you lose and you're out of the competition. Then we have a player flipping into the water. I don't know if this is just like for fun, if this is a daily challenge. Maybe they won and they're taking a victory swim. Then we have David on a side of a truck, and we're going to see another person. I think it's going to be Dominic, who is doing this same exact daily challenge, but it looks like the players are going to have to put pegs on the side of the car and maybe try to move themselves from one car to the other, and how far you get through the side of the truck will be how possibly you winning this elimination. So if you can get to one side to the other the quickest, you win into power, or it's how far you get that you get to move on and have power. Then we have TJ again when he was talking about the 28 CBS reality stars. We have everybody who I think is in night one. They're all coming in. They're all dressed nice. They're all enthusiastic, excited to be on another reality show, to be on the challenge. Now we have an elimination here, which looks really cool. It looks like you have to smash the glass. You have to go through the tunnel, smash some more glass, and keep doing this over and over and over again. You want to know who the two players here are. And from this side of the helmet, you can see Shan. So this is Chantel from Survivor 41. And then you want to know who her partner is or who's in this elimination. And you can clearly see when this person smashes the glass, you can see Xavier on the helmet. So we have Xavier and Shan paired up at some point in this game, working together, and they're going to be seeing an elimination together. And then we have the stadium, as we were talking about with TJ being in the stadium, giving all of his narration. I have a feeling that this is going to be very similar to Vendettas, where Vendettas started out in the soccer stadium, or the football stadium, as Europeans like to call it, and everybody's going to meet up in this soccer stadium, meet up with TJ, and TJ is going to give the lowdown. Welcome to the Challenge USA. Everybody here is the best of the best from Big Brother, Survivor, The Amazing Race. Go over the whole shindig, the whole lingo that he's going to get. He's going to butter them all up, and then he's going to tell them, hey, go run up the Rock of Gibraltar or something like that. So that's when we see later on in the promo, the trailer, everybody's going to be running out of this stadium, all in a huge hustle. And then we can see David here running through the tunnel. I just have a feeling that we're going to start right away on a daily challenge right away. Kind of like in Vendettas, when everybody had to run down to the tunnels, grab onto their stuff, they have to stand in a circle for like hours upon hours all night, and then they had to get up and then run out to run up the Rock of Gibraltar. I just have a feeling that it's going to be something very similar to start off this season. Then we have players here that are going to be grabbing onto a rope, and they're going to have to swing from one crate container hoisted up in the air to a platform to another hoisted container. And we can see that David has made it and is waiting for his partner possibly to make it onto the platform, or maybe this is a physical daily challenge where teams are going to have to face off against each other. You're going to have to make it to the platform and then fight each other on this platform and try to knock the other person off. Here we go, 28 CBS Reality Titans. We see Angela here, and she is standing by possibly her partner. Then we have Ben with his beard glistening. Then we can see, I think this is Desi from Survivor. And this, I think, is the game board for the letters that we saw earlier on in this trailer. So she's going to be working with her partner, possibly Xavier, maybe not. And then we can see Tasha is standing very closely to Derek X. Maybe they are partnered up earlier on in this season for this daily challenge. Then we have Shannon standing next to her Love Island colleague and alum, Justine, I believe. Shannon looks fierce. Then we have James, who is holding onto the board, getting ready, getting psyched up to do this daily challenge. Here is another angle to the two crates hoisted up in the air with the platform, and it looks like Leo makes it onto the platform. I don't know if this is really difficult for a lot of players, because once he is shown kind of like basking in the glory of him making it, we cut to the shot of everybody kind of like celebrating him, and we can see a ton of people here. I think this is Shannon, Kayla, James, Ben, Shan, Derek X, Cache, Cinco, Tyson. I think this is going to be one of the earlier daily challenges that everybody's going to be doing. Again, Escape to Freedom, daily challenge from War of the Worlds 2. Again, really can't tell who the two players are that are doing these, but this is where TJ says 28 CBS Reality Titans are ready to compete in one ultimate showdown, Big Brother. And then we get some of the Big Brother crew. We have Enzo, who looks to be doing a night daily challenge puzzle. Maybe there's some black lights going on. And I think that says TJ was here or something. And when it shows Enzo, he says there's no backdooring. If you get thrown in, you gotta win. Yeah, there's no vetoes. You gotta just put up or shut up. And here is a daily challenge with other letters. People have to walk the plank. We'll see it. But if you can take a look at some of the names that are on this board. Now, I talked about how Shan was in an elimination with Xavier. How did that happen? Well, when we look at these boards here, we can see that Shan is working now with Derek X. And on the other side, we have Leo with Justine. I almost thought like this could be like a free agents where the daily challenges change from either solo, pairs, or teams, but it just seems like there's a lot of paired daily challenges in both eliminations and daily challenges that I feel like this could be a paired season, a season with partners, and seeing how many people are swapping out partners where we have Shan at one point with Xavier, now she's with Derek. I feel like this could be something like a double agents where people can trade their partners or like a Challenge 37. Some similar format to a more recent season that if people decide that they want to watch this Challenge USA and like it, they want to check out the most recent season of the challenge on MTV, they won't be completely lost because it's kind of similar formats. We can see another portion of this challenge where it looks like people are hanging up there with weights. I'm all confused now. We can see who I believe Angela, who is holding mouth with her hands. Something shocking must have happened in the elimination. I think that this is Derek. It's really difficult. This was a very quick shot here, but I think this is Derek getting out of the water without his glasses. But this was a very quick 1 second shot that I was able to just clip out. We can see somebody running in the dark with a tire. Somebody's going to be doing a night daily challenge while running with a tire on their shoulder in the middle of the night. Here we go with another look at the Wordle or a crossword type of daily challenge, because if you look in the background, there is a challenge puzzle board that we saw everybody kind of holding their hands to, and they're trying to like fit words together and connect all the words. It's almost like Scrabble, it looks like. And they're like putting 3-letter words to 5-letter words and 4-letter words. They're probably going to give them a time limit and how many words you can put together and possibly get point totals for all the words that you put together, kind of like Scrabble. You would win that challenge. So we have Tasha, who could be working with Derek X, as we saw earlier on in this promo. She's holding onto the ladder, and then all of a sudden, she falls backwards into the water. So she's going to take a pretty big fall into this water as she's trying to get up this ladder to grab more letters, it looks like, but it's not going to really work. Then we have Tiffany, who says, I'm up for the challenge. I can win this game. I love the little double entendre with the, I'm up for the challenge. Here's another scene that kind of backs up my theory that this could be like double agents, where everybody's working in pairs and then could swap pairs. We can see Derek working with Cachet, and look at their helmets. They had that green stripe on there. They look to be doing the math challenge while scaling down the wall that we saw earlier in this promo. But we can see Cachet and Derek working together, having the green stripe, and then you can look over to Selly, who has the orange stripe on her helmet. And then if you move a little bit down, you can see that her partner, who has a J in his name, which we'll later find out is Giovanni, he has an orange stripe as well. We're back to the letter challenge. While we see this person trying to jump onto where we saw Danny jumping onto earlier, but this person actually hits it and then falls off. And as we can tell, this is James. James is having a difficult time. I even paused it perfectly right here. You can clearly read on the helmet James as he is falling towards water and falls into it. Then we have TJ saying Survivor, and we hear from Shan, who says, the Survivor players have the edge. We go hard. I completely agree. Survivor, I think, is a better one-to-one comparison, and comparatively to what Big Brother goes through, Love Island, and Amazing Race, I just think Survivor has the edge. So I agree with Shan in her assessment. And then we can see she's doing the letter daily challenge as she's putting the E in her mouth. And then we can see over here, I think that this Wordle Scrabble daily challenge happens really, really early on in this game. I can't make out what the helmet is. If that's a C, that could be casual. I don't know. But Shan has a blue streak on her helmet while this person has a red streak. So very important to note. We hear from Ben, who says, on Survivor, I'm known for finding idols. No idols will save you here. That is absolutely true. Ben was saved majorly with a lot of idol finds in his season that he won. So this is a completely different game. We can see Dominic, who is doing this wall peg daily challenge that we saw David doing earlier. So we can see that Dominic is able to make it to this daily challenge whenever it is on the season. And then here we go. So we saw earlier that Shan had a blue streak on her helmet. We can see Ben swimming next to her. Now Ben has a blue life jacket. I don't think that the life jackets share the same color with what your streak is or your team is, because earlier with the Scrabble challenge, it seemed like all the women had the same color life jackets and all the men had the same color life jackets. But we can see that Shan and Ben are swimming very close with each other. I wonder if Shan and Ben are working together. They're paired up, but we see later on that Shan is in elimination with Xavier. So possibly there could be a switcheroo. Maybe somebody gets eliminated and somebody picks Shan, or Shan goes and picks somebody else. Then we have, again, Escape to Freedom. This has to be earlier on in the season because they're showing a lot of it. But this is Escape to Freedom again, and can't really make out who this person is just yet. And then boom, he falls down while getting out of the boat, and we can clearly read on his helmet, Danny. So Danny is going to be doing the Escape to Freedom daily challenge from Season 34, War of the Worlds 2. And then we have Ben here doing the night daily challenge, doing this and putting the tire around a pole. I think a different angle to the night portion daily challenge. It looks to be the inside reminds me of where Enzo was when we heard TJ say Big Brother, and then Enzo was saying that there's no backdooring in this game. Wonder if Enzo makes it this far into the game. We saw Ben. We're going to see Kayla at one point doing something which looks to be at nightish and around the same area as this. So we'll get to it when we get to it. Then TJ says Love Island, where we hear from Cinco, who says, I'm excited for the experience. I get to be athletic. I get to be me. I think Cinco is going to thrive on a show like The Challenge. Comparatively to Love Island, I'm really excited to see what Cinco does on this show. And we can see here, Cinco has a pink streak on his helmet, and then I think that is Tasha in the background and possibly Sarah behind them. Then we can see Tiffany and Cashel working together. We can see Tiffany's armband is red. So possibly Cashel and Tiffany are paired up with each other, and it looks like they're in an elimination. It looks to be at night. How many night daily challenges are there? There can't be that many. So I feel like Tiffany and Cashel are seeing an elimination. Then we hear from Selly, who says, Love Island is about getting out of your comfort zone. I'm here to push myself. And we can see Selly here about to scale down the building alongside her partner, Giovanni. This really scares me. It looks to be a dark hallway. They're going up a stairwell. These two people are going up a stairwell, and one of them looks hurt as they have their arm around somebody else, and the other person is helping them kind of hobble up these stairs. It's scary. I don't want to see medical disqualifications. Everybody is here to play, give it their all. I want to see some good competitions, and I don't want to see anybody failing. And then we see Cache here walking out from what looks to be the Junkyard Derby, and she's kind of like maybe looking at somebody. Maybe somebody took her out of the game, maybe one of our own alliance members, and she was just like, what are you doing? I thought we were on the same team. And you can see David walking behind her. Maybe Cache and David are partnered up together at one point in this game. Then The Amazing Race. TJ says, then The Amazing Race. We can see there's a ton of people here. I can count 15 people on the screen, but I'm sure that there are people ahead and behind the players that we see on the screen right now. We have Kayla from the most recent season of The Amazing Race 33. She got second place with her partner, Raquel. And Kayla is saying, Amazing Race, I think will be underestimated, but we'll get the job done. Only 3 people from The Amazing Race are on this season, and it can be nerve-wracking being only 3 people, but you never know. Maybe they could be looked at as the swing vote. Survivor and Big Brother have a lot of numbers, but they almost have similar numbers. If they can grab on some of those Love Island players or all of the Amazing Race players, they'll feel a lot better instead of picking off the Amazing Race players one after another. We're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen. We see Leo, who looks to be in an elimination, he is looking tired. He looks exhausted. He looks like he may be hurting. We can see Kayla and Enzo. Kayla looks shocked. Maybe Kayla and Enzo are partnered up at some point during this game. James is saying here that I want to prove the Amazing Racers can hang with the best of them. This could be the Junkyard Derby challenge, or maybe there is going to be a racing challenge, and TJ is doing the red flag, signifying for everybody to go. Then we jump over to the car where people are in the car. I think that is Kayla from the Amazing Race, as we see the cars smashing into these barrels. I don't know if that's part of the game, but it makes me go into the Junkyard Derby vibe. And then we can see one player is waiting for possibly their partner or an opponent to swing over to make it onto the platform, but this person does not make it. This person gets on the crate, swings over, hits into the platform, and then just flips around and around and around until they hit the water. And they're going end over end. And apparently, every week, there will be a new twist. How? I don't know. Will every twist be a good one? Probably not. But to say every week is going to be a new twist, that's a lot. I remember when Big Brother said, like, every week, people will have a new twist and people will come in and party and have a good time. We got like 3 weeks of it. And then for the rest of the time, they're like, we'll just stop it. They'll never remember. Here's the Balls in Daily challenge or something to that effect, where I think it was Enzo versus David. Can't make out anybody's name on their helmet, but it looks like somebody's going to get a big tackle on another person. Alyssa is enthralled in this elimination and is getting very animated when watching this elimination. Then we see here, we can see Alyssa, Derek X, Cache, Azza, Kyland, Cinco. They all look shocked. Kylan says, oh my gosh, every week a new betrayal. I'll hold you to it. Then we have another player, again, doing the Escape to Freedom daily challenge, jumping off of the boat onto the pathway. And this looks like Enzo. And the way he jumps, he looks like a cat. So I think that is the meow meow. And then we can see some of the GoPro footage of the player doing the daily challenge. Then we have Derek X here rubbing his eye in frustration or stress. We can hear who I think is Kyland saying in the voiceover, saying these challenges are bar none. You don't know what to expect. And then I think we also hear Danny saying, I'm willing to stab someone in the back. Danny is coming into play. We can see here, I think that this is Enzo and Angela. Maybe they're partnered up at one point with each other. They're also a part of Big Brother. So maybe coming into this season, Big Brother's like, we're going to play together. And maybe not everybody agrees with the group mentality of going after a certain player or playing the game the same way. So it looks like Enzo has had enough. He is frustrated. He's pacing around, and Angela is trying to talk to him, but he is just not having it. So whether it is personal stuff or if it's in-game stuff, it looks like Enzo is freaking out and not having it. Here's another shot where everybody was shocked. We can see here that Cinco is also here. Desi, if Cinco and Desi are partnered up with each other, that'd be ginormous. It looks like Justine, Dominic, Kayla, David, and then also Danny. Danny is also in the background. So there's a ton of players still left in the game when this red background, this elimination, I wonder if this is the first elimination and TJ is giving them the ground rules and everybody's just shocked about the ground rules. Tyson, Kyland in the background, I think this is Cache who he's looking at because we hear Cache talking and then we even move over to Cache speaking when she's saying, now you're involved in something when I had your back. It looks like something's imploding, whether it is a Love Island alliance, whether it is a friendship, something. I know Cache and Cinco had a relationship after their Love Island season, when they were both dumped from the island, they kind of had a relationship with one another, and then they broke things off, and now they're going to be playing this game together. I wonder how that's going to play into the dynamics in the house, the way they play together, the Love Island alliance, if there is one. And I wonder if she's talking to possibly Cinco, and Cinco's thinking that, oh, well, she's kind of throwing my name under the bus, but Cachet's like, hey, I had your back, and now you're kind of like getting involved in something that doesn't involve you. This is the elimination that we saw earlier with Cachet, I believe, with the whole hamster wheel. Looking in the background, I can't make out what this elimination is or what they're supposed to do at the moment. So good job on the editing team, because I have no idea what the clue is. Then we have Kayla doing the night portion daily challenge, where it looks like there is a ball wrapped in a big old chain, and the chain is wrapped around all these different obstacles, and you're going to have to free this thing out of this chain and go inside and outside, underneath and over. We can even see in the background, TJ is watching you. Xavier is in on this, a Scrabble daily challenge. We can see in the background, there's a ton of people here. I can see Enzo, I can see Dominic, I can see Shannon, Cinco. There's a ton of people. Somebody trying to grab some letters from the Scrabble, trying to get onto a tire structure, and they're not going to be able to do it, as we can see them kind of bounce off, and then we get jumped right into the water. We can see some people swimming here, not too much going on. And then, like I mentioned, when we saw David running through the tunnel in what looked to be where TJ was given the lowdown on the challenge in the soccer stadium, here's everybody just having to run out there and go figure out something. There looks to be a giant mat in the middle of this soccer stadium. I wonder if there's something that has to do anything with that, but I think that this is exactly where TJ meets everybody. First day, gives them the lowdown, welcomes them in, and then tells them, well, the game is starting right now. We're going to have our first daily challenge right now, after not even meeting them for a minute, and everybody's going to be shocked, and then boom, everybody's going to take off. We're going to get to know them, hear some confessionals as they're running to do this daily challenge. Then we can see Alyssa, we can see Cachet, a few other players. I can't make out anybody else because the GoPro footage is so shaky, and this is a tire elimination. I didn't bring this up earlier when TJ said Survivor. So when we go back to where TJ says Survivor, we can see that there is an elimination happening where there's tires with orange stripes and tires with yellow stripes, and they're on opposite ends of this elimination ring. And what I think is going to happen, you're going to have to transfer the tire pile from one side to the other, and you're going to have to keep on running past the other players, and the team that can transport all of their tires to the other side before the other team wins, or something to that effect. I don't know. To me, that seems like a very simple, possibly boring elimination, but it could remind me of the T-Bone elimination from Rivals, or the daily challenge in Free Agents, where some of the women got destroyed when they went down with the balls, and boom, they smashed into each other. That was a huge hit. This is the exact point in the trailer where we find ourselves, where we can see 3 players. We can only see the feet of the one trying to transfer the tire with the orange stripe, and then we can see 2 players trying to transport the yellow tire, the tires with the yellow stripe. I can't make out anybody who is doing this elimination. Not a single clue, not a single soul I can make out to be America's best. Then we hear a woman do a voiceover, I can't tell who it is, who says, I want to lay it all on the line to make it to the end. And then we see another Scrabble daily challenge shot where somebody is trying to make it onto the tire from a small platform, and they also fall off into the water. And then we can see here that David and Justine are working together. If we remember back earlier on in this trailer, Justine was working with Leo, or they were working on a daily challenge with each other. Now we have David and Justine working with each other. And we can see David taking a deep breath. And this, I think, is the trivia challenge, because once we go a little bit forward, we can see that, boom, somebody is falling through the floor. Somebody already has fallen through the floor. And we can read on their helmets that this dark blue team is Shannon and Cinco. We have a Love Island 3 connection here. And then we jump over to what looks to be the green team's helmet. So we get a quick cut to a different team, the green team's helmet, falling through the floor on the side of this building. And I can't make out who the green team is, but they go for a long while. And then TJ ends this saying, a whole new challenge where anything can happen. Get ready for the Challenge USA. New series starting Wednesday, July 6th at 9:30 is premiering after Big Brother, which it will be on from 8 to 9:30 on that Wednesday, July 6th. Is premiering on July 6th, and then the Challenge USA will premiere right after that. It'll be an hour and a half long to kick off this brand new season. And I have to say that the trailer actually was very interesting to me. This trailer actually makes me a little bit more excited for the Challenge USA, but I'm still going to be very cautiously optimistic. There's still a ton of players that I'm going to be rooting for, and I'm happy to see in this trailer and be featured in this trailer a ton, because to me that makes me think that some of my favorite players that I'm looking and hoping make it farther in this season actually do, because they are featured so much in this trailer. And then there's some people that I was hoping to see that I didn't really get to see them a whole lot in the trailer. So we're just going to have to wait and see what's going to happen. But what do you think about this trailer? Let me know down in the comment section below. What do you think about the trailer? Did this get you a little bit more excited? Or are you still very much on the fence? And maybe we'll check it out for a couple episodes and then maybe reassess and see how you feel after that, and then maybe continue it if you feel like it. Let me know anything and everything you thought about this trailer down in the comment section below. What do you think about this season? And did I miss anything? Let me know down in the comment section below. I want to give a special shout out thank you to everyone who supports me over at patreon.com/angelcakevids. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your generosity. And thank you to everyone who watched this trailer breakdown all the way up to this point. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I'll be back really, really soon with more Challenge USA content, more challenge content, more content in general. But until then, peace. Nice.